Hello and welcome to this Prospect 365 CRM video where we'll be looking at how to configure your lead statuses. Lead statuses should represent the stages that your typical sales process will journey through. For example, your first status may be inquiry and the next would be meeting booked, then finally having either sold or lost as your closing status within a lead pipeline. To add your lead status to a lead pipeline, you must first configure these. To configure your lead statuses, you will require Prospect 365 administrator rights. To start editing your lead status, click on the settings icon in the bottom left-hand corner. Once within the settings center, navigate to the Sales section and scroll down until you find the Lead Statuses Configure option. By clicking on the Click to Configure link, the Lead Status Configure window will open, where all your current lead statuses will be listed. To add a new lead status, click on the plus icon in the top right-hand corner. We will then be asked to give the new lead status a description. Please make sure that this is relevant to the sales opportunity stage that this status will be used for. For example, meeting booked. Once happy with your new description, click Create. Now that we've created the lead status, you will need to choose some additional preferences for this status. To do so, click on the pencil icon on the newly created status, and a side panel will then appear. The first system preference that we have is the recall required. In the CRM, you can ensure users take ownership of a record by setting them a recall, or otherwise known as a task. As a result, you can determine if a recall is required or not when a lead is in this particular status. If this status is going to be closed status, such as sold or lost, then ensure this is also selected, just here. We then have the status outcome. For reporting purposes, you can choose whether the status is a positive, neutral, or a negative outcome. For example, a lost status may be a negative outcome, whereas a won status may be a positive one. For this one, I'd probably leave as neutral. You can also choose whether the lead once in this particular status can be edited, read only, or only admin users can edit, which is particularly helpful if you need further control over this particular lead when in this status. If you no longer need a status anymore, then you can obsolete it. By obsoleting a status, users will no longer be able to choose this from the drop-down. Finally, we then have the status detail. Status detail can be helpful when further clarifying the current status. For example, a status of lost doesn't really explain why, so you may have a status detail for lost to competitor or lost due to price. Once happy with your amendments, click out of the side panel and then all of your changes will be saved.